Okay, I think we're ready to go. Hello, hello, hello. YouTube! This is my first YouTube video. Well, on my end, it's probably been like my third time trying to record this. I made some hiccups trying to do this whole setting and getting this all figured out, but this will be the one I'm going to post on YouTube as my episode 0. So, hello, 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 again. I am doing a Pokemon FireRed Nuzlocke, but I've made a couple of tweaks to it. To jump straight to the point, I am doing what is considered a Nuzlocke and a hardcore Nuzlocke for a lot of people, and I've also added some additional rules that I think will add some interesting challenge to the game and kind of spice things up a bit. At least for me. I've done a lot of Nuzlockes over the years, not as much as that one YouTuber Pokemon challenges where they've done 3,000 hours. I haven't done that many, but I've done a fair share. So this basically set of rules for me, I personally think is my favorite to play on. Gives me the most entertainment, and I think that's really important if I'm going to be posting YouTube videos. I am really passionate about doing YouTube. I want to do Twitch streaming initially, but my internet isn't really strong, so YouTube videos is an easy solution to that. I can post YouTube videos and I don't have to worry too much about internet since, again, I'm not doing anything online. This is just me and the camera. Well, I guess the recording studio. I don't even know what to call you people that might be watching this video. The screen, the void, I guess. Alright, one more thing before I get straight into the rules. Try to make this one snappy. I've kind of rambled in past videos. I probably will end up rambling again in this one, but I'll do my best to try to put a stop to that. Unlikely though. The music that I'm using here that you hear in the background, this comes from Glitch X City. I love her music. I love everything about her music. All the remixes are incredible, especially because I listen to a lot of the Pokemon ones. So right now I'm using the Pokemon Lo-Fi music, which is 1 hour mix. I'm going to put this in the description along with the rules for the Sparklocke, just to make things kind of all simple to understand. So let's get into it. What did I change here in the randomizer that, requires me to have a randomizer? Well, a couple things. One, I made impossible evolutions possible, which basically means if I have like a Haunter, I can evolve into a Gengar without needing to trade. It's just a level up. I think it's like 36, 33, something like that for those kind of Pokemon. So I'd say it's fairly balanced, and it makes it where I have actually more options to play with, because if I had a Haunter, I feel less like I want to use it compared to a Gengar, since the Gengars have better stats and options. So that's a thing. Starter Pokemon I have randomized. I'm also not, just to clarify, I'm not changing any types, evolutions, base stats, move sets. This is not changed either. I'm keeping it like vanilla in terms of just Pokemon, like me playing Pokemon. So I come in here with some knowledge, and if I lose a run, I'll take it with me. The things that do change is the Pokemon that are in the run. So starter Pokemon, for example, is randomized to a basic Pokemon with 2 evolutions. So I think this just brings a unique intro to the game. So if I remember a run, I'll remember it not as, oh, the 5th Bulbasaur run. I'll remember it as the run where I randomly got a Abra and then immediately lost because Abra only knows teleport, that kind of thing. Static Pokemon are also changed. Legendaries are changed to other legendaries. Normals are changed to other normals. This usually is pretty good. Snorlaxes can become things like Hitmonchans. And legendaries will, like the birds. I think the birds end up just becoming the Regis, but just in case they don't, that would be interesting, I guess. Even if they are Regis, it's something. Or I guess it could be the dogs too. That's also 3. So that will end up getting changed. And I am willing to catch legendaries in this. I'll explain it when I get to the Sparklocke. I should jump ahead. Trainer Pokemon. If I'm trying to make things unique, shouldn't this be randomized? No. And I think the reason for this, at least for me, makes a lot of sense. I do not want to lose a run and then go back into it not being able to have different tools to solve the same issue. If I have a whole different issue, I feel like I gain nothing from previous runs. It's already kind of difficult because I have different starters, so honestly, a lot of it ends up becoming things that's out of my control. So trainer Pokemon being unchanged kind of grounds me, basically. I'll always go up against the same thing. I won't go up against, let's say Lieutenant Surge has Raichu and I lost my run to it last time. I go into it again and Lieutenant Surge has a Lugia, right? I'm just like, what the hell? I got no way to deal with it. So this will be my way to kind of keep things consistent to a point. Now, wild Pokemon, on the other hand, that's where things also get a little bit different. I'm doing area 1-to-1 mapping, and I'm doing similar strength. For those of you who are not familiar with the randomizer, you might be wondering, well, why are you not choosing global 1-to-1 mapping? Why is area 1-to-1 mapping? Global 1-to-1 mapping sounds like it's on a bigger scale, right? Kind of, but not really in a good way. Global 1-to-1 mapping basically means every Pidgey that's in FireRed, because there's a lot of goddamn Pidgeys in FireRed, every single one of the Pidgeys gets turned into, let's say, a Wurmple. I don't like Wurmples, if I'm going to be frank. I'm not a big fan of a Wurmple. So, if every single Pidgey in the game turns into a Wurmple, I'm going to see a lot of Wurmples, and I really would not like that in my life. So, area 1-to-1 mapping means every single individual area gets randomized into different Pokemon. It just adds a lot more variety. The whole point of this is to have so many unique options. And yeah. Similar strength, of course, this makes it where I can't catch a Registeel in the wild. I think that'd be just too broken. If I find something that's like overpowered and I happen to catch it, then I just have this overpowered Pokemon for the whole run. I want to kind of limit myself on that. I think similar strength does that really well. TMs and HMs, unchanged at all. This one I might change in the future. I've been seriously considering it since I started trying to record these videos yesterday. Seriously considering if I should put these changed, but for now, until I get more comfortable around the camera, I'm not gonna do it. If you can't tell, I might be talking fast. It's because I'm pretty nervous right now. Of course, it's my first time making a YouTube video. It's a lot of pressure on me for the 1 or 2 people that might end up watching this. So to the 1 or 2 people, hello, nice to meet you. Field items. Items that are on the ground. I'm randomizing these and I'm getting rid of bad items. Bad items are like berries. I'm not gonna randomly get 50 Chesto berries, right? I'll get some interesting items. And I was really debating if I should ban Lucky Egg. I'm thinking not, because grinding is gonna end up being a chore. Not that I'm against grinding. You know, for people that play Nuzlocke, everyone knows the grind is just part of the process, right? If you can't handle spending time grinding, then you're not gonna get far in the run. I'm just gonna have the lucky eggs in because I think it's kind of a big like pop-off moment if I even get one in the first place, right? It's really rare. If everything's randomized, there's a small sliver of chance I ever find a lucky egg, right? But if I do, cool. Who knows? It might be the luckiest run ever. Maybe I'll get 5 of them. Who knows? And then National Dex at the start. This just means my Golbats can evolve into Crobats, because normally in Fire Red and Leaf Green, this doesn't happen. So it's just me letting that option become possible. That's all. So I think this time around recording this, I think I kind of went through that pretty well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, with how I talked over everything. I'm going to randomize the seed in a second, but before that, I'm going to go over to a different monitor. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it. I'm just going to talk about the rules. You guys will see it in the description, so don't worry about it too much. You can follow along in the description if that helps you. But these are the 12 rules I think that are important to mention. If there's any other rules I forget, I'll bring them up in happenstance and probably update the description in future videos about whatever extra rules I forgot. I think I got most of them though, that people would have questions on, but you never know, right? So, Sparklocke Rules, 12 rules. Gonna start from 1, go down to 12. Number 1, must catch the first Pokemon in any you find in any new area. This is obviously just a normal Nuzlocke rule. Nuzlockes have gotten pretty popular, decently popular recently. There's a really awesome YouTuber named Jaden Animations who made incredibly well illustrated work. Another YouTuber, Moxie, made one where he drew every Pokemon that he caught and then drew their deaths. I thought that was really cool. So all of them, even though they're a little bit different, they have the same aspect. Catch the first Pokemon you find in any new area. For me, I'm gonna actually go to rule 12 because this is one I thought I should mention. I forgot it initially when I was writing this, so that's kind of why I'm redoing this. Pokemon must have the same ID as my own, so this means I cannot trade any Pokemon. That's why if I go back to this screen, trades are not changed. I'm not going to get any trades anyway, because they're going to be different IDs for me, so it has to be my own Pokemon. My Pokemon are what is going to win me the game, not Hiker Schmo's Pokemon's going to win me the game, you know? Number 2, another Nuzlocke classic rule. If a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. you know, if it dies, it dies, right? Pixels at the end of the day, you'll live. But to try to have a attempt at an emotional connection, number 3, you must nickname every Pokemon, even if you have to nickname a Dustox god, it has to have a nickname at least. Again, it's supposed to give me an emotional connection. I think personally, I've gone through enough of these runs. I doubt I'm going to get emotionally attached to these Pokemon with some pixels. I don't know. People can change, but for me personally, I don't think that's going to happen. But I guess that's just me. Number 4, this is a Sparklocke exclusive rule. The first one I'm going to mention. You must catch every Pokemon in a Pokeball. The reason why I think this is a really, really fun rule, like this is the one rule I would want a lot of people to use because it really, really impacts the game more than you would think. Catching every Pokemon in a Pokeball, it makes things a lot more challenging. Because 1, you have no access to Safari Zone. You just have to call that quits and just get out of there, which isn't the main purpose of it. It's just an unfortunate consequence of it. But the big thing is, it adds a difficulty curve that will continue to carry on with the game alongside you trying to get through the game in the more difficult trainers. So basically, when you get into the early game, like the very beginning, a lot of the base catch rates are very good for a lot of these Pokemon, so it's easier to catch. But as you get further along to the game, you start meeting like 2-stage evolutions, that kind of thing. The catch rates are a little bit more difficult, and having to use a Pokeball adds a very big level of challenge to that. So you don't even get, you don't get to use your quick balls or your ultra balls. You don't get any way out of that. You got to use a Pokeball, at least in my rule set. Again, if you're interested in using this rule set, comment down below if you do and let me know how it goes if you end up doing it. I think it's a lot of fun, but very, very difficult. Number 5, the battle mode must be changed to set. This is a hardcore Nuzlocke rule. I don't think Gary, I'm gonna name my rival probably something else, but I'll use Gary as the example. I don't think my rival Gary will just kind of yell out to me like, hey, I'm throwing out an Ivysaur, and then I'm like, cool, here's my Charizard. I don't think a normal trainer would do that. Give him a fighting chance, right? It's a little silly to just kind of ruin their hopes and dreams by knowing every switch in they want. 6, you cannot overlevel past the 4th Elite Four strongest Pokemon or the Gym Leader strongest Pokemon. So you can't overlevel past their Ace. This just makes it, this is another hardcore rule. This just makes it where you can't overlevel and kind of like shoehorn your way through fights. I can't just run in with a Tyranitar at like level 70 and go up against a Gym Leader at level like 50, right? Be kind of broken. So this just kind of makes sure that I'm always facing a challenge at every major milestone of the game. Elite Four's 4 strongest Pokemon. I used to do Champion strongest Pokemon, but then I found the Elite Four was just like disgustingly easy because the Champion's like 10 levels ahead or something like that in this game. Maybe not 10 levels, like a decently high amount where it's noticeable. So I did 4th Elite Four strongest Pokemon because I think that's really difficult to fight the Champion at that point, and it makes a really interesting final fight. 7, randomized features are allowed to a degree, and these are the ones I talked over. Stage starter, random 1-to-1 area ratio with similar strengths, random items with no bad items, and random static encounters. I mentioned this already, so don't worry about it. 8, this one I'm not going to use unless I keep on losing runs. This is, if you suck and keep losing, use this. I put it in all caps to make sure I remember. Don't use it. Fair fight policy. You're allowed to use the same items that the opposing trainer uses. So you're not allowed to normally use items in the run, which I'm going to be using for this. But let's say I keep on losing. Like maybe if I lose 3 or 4 in a row, I'll put this rule in to ease my suffering. I'm going to be frank here, YouTube folk. This is going to be a lot of suffering, but I'm excited. Fair fight policy basically kind of mitigates that. So if you see Lance use a full restore, I can use a full restore, and that kind of alleviates a lot of the pressure. Who knows, maybe if I still suck after that, maybe I just need to have items on. I don't know. I don't think I will. I would really rather not. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast. I probably am. That's okay. Number 9. You cannot have a Pokemon on the team that has a duplicate typing to another Pokemon also on the team. This is another Sparklocke kind of exclusive rule. I don't see this one often. I got the idea from the Soul Locks, I think is what they're called. The ones where it's like you have 2 people that are working together to try to get through the game. I like the idea, but I want to put in a solo run, so I'm putting it here. So Oh, sorry if my mouse is moving over. Again, I have dual monitors. I got dual monitors recently, and it's really changed my life. I love dual monitors. For people that don't have dual monitors, you should look into it. It really makes things a lot easier. Sorry, Jesus. Anywho, cannot have a Pokemon on a team that's duplicate typing. That means, like, if I have a Wartortle, if I catch a Shelder, I can't have it on the team. I have to box him. That's all. And let's say I have an Incada and it evolves into a Ninjask. So from bug type to bug flying type. And let's say I have a Pidgey. I can have the Nincada on the team up until it evolves into Ninjask, and then once there's a flying type, then I just gotta box it, one of them. That's why, for me, I like to nip it in the bud early. If I have a Nincada and a Pidgey, I understand I'm gonna eventually have a Ninjask, and then I just box it early. So you'll see that often in the run, if it gets to that point, which it probably will. Let's be honest here, there's a lot, and I mean a crap ton of water-type Pokemon in this game. Like an absurdly high amount. So I'll have to deal with that personally. Because I think in the later gens they kind of diversified the portfolio a lot better. But I think it's like flying types and water types are really prevalent, grass types too, so and rock types. So that'll be a big issue, but I'll try to get through it. 11. You cannot catch a Pokemon that is a duplicate of a Pokemon you've already caught. This is Dupe's Claws basically. That's all I'm trying to say. So for people that don't know, Dupe's Claws is if I have a Wartortle, I can't catch another Wartortle. If I have a Weedle, I can't catch another Weedle. This includes evolutionary lines too. So, for example, if I have a Weedle, I can't catch a Kakuna, since a Weedle will eventually evolve into a Kakuna. That's all. I think that makes a lot of sense. So, it shouldn't be too big of an issue because of the wild Pokemon thing, but I'm not sure. Finally, number 12, final rule. Pokemon must have the same ID as your own, so no trading Pokemon. Oh, Jesus. I already mentioned that. Well, I'm not going to redo this recording. I've redone this recording so many times. We'll just let it slide. Anyway, mentioned it already. No trading Pokemon, so because of the ID, so this doesn't matter. And yeah, I think that's everything I want to cover. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to cover for sure. Finally, the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to randomize the seed. I've tried to do this a couple times, but I messed up. So let me put it in recent. I'm going to put it in here. I'm gonna call it Sparklocke, FireRed. Well, Pokemon, FireRed. Sorry about the noise of my computer. Sparklocke, attempt number 1. Yeah, that should be good. And then I'm gonna put it in here. Do you want to save a log file the randomized perform? This may let you gain unfair advantage. Well, if it gives me unfair advantage, then no. I'd rather not have that. And then here, okay, this will be my first run of the seed. I don't know what I'll do if the run ends prematurely. I was thinking I basically do a kind of jump cut, like a bunch of cuts of the next run to kind of catch things up to speed. Like maybe like one episode to kind of show what I did to catch up to this first run. But I'm not sure if that makes sense. I don't know. If the 1 or 2 people happen to be watching this, I would appreciate a comment telling me any good suggestions you think you might have if I lose the run. But otherwise, yeah. Random seed for people who want to play along to whichever one I start the first run with. 155-390-767-734-867. Sounds like a social security number almost. Well, that's the seed that I'm going to be using. The config string, if you want it, I'm not going to say it. Look at this, it's a bunch of random gibberish and letters. You figure it out on your own. You can do it. And if you want to do the randomizer yourself, I'll be honest, just Google it. I'm not good with giving good step-by-step directions on how to get here, but it's a pretty easy search on Google or YouTube. You can find out how to get this randomizer if you're interested. And then you can follow the rule changes I did if you want to also run your own Sparklocke. And yeah, alrighty. I think that covers it for episode 0. This is kind of my intro episode to all the rules to make sure it's easy. Every episode from this point onward, I will have the rules in the description to make sure that no one gets lost. I'll do my darndest about that. And then next time when I upload, I'm not sure when. It's kind of whenever I feel like it. Probably pretty soon, I would hope. We're going to play some Pokemon. Pokemon FireRed, Sparklocke. I'm very excited. Thank you all for joining me on this journey, and I can't wait to see what happens. Thanks. Bye.